This side one? Oh, okay. There we go.
You live?
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to Hope Alive April 5. Join with us is Girl Val, 911 missing from New York City and Westchester areas. We thank everybody for joining us tonight on a vigil night. Tonight you're going to hear speeches from many of the people here about a missing loved one. We have Tamika that's holding up Omar St. Hill that's been missing. Rochelle Hammond been missing by Rebecca. Shanice Harris by her own father, Thomas. Girl Val holding up Elena De Cruz. 911 missing holding up her own daughter, Chelsea Cobo. Kathy Rappaport is holding up Cassandra Ramirez. Mike Greco and his lovely daughter is holding up Brianna Vippert. Girl Val is holding up Marvin Gibbs. My speech for, what was her name again? I forgot. Hang on one second. Rochelle Hammond by Cheryl. I'm speaking on behalf of Cheryl. Her daughter went missing in 2015. She has not been found yet out in Colorado, Masco, Colorado. We're trying to make an impact to find all these missing people that we have here and plus more. You know, so join us tonight live. As we see, we're live. So we're going to start with Girl Val first on behalf of Stacy Marvin Gibbs. Yes.
So good evening. My name is Dawn Rowe. I am the CEO and president of Girl Val and also the founding president of the National Task Force for Missing and Murdered Girls of Color. Today, we have come here and traveled over 100 miles with the mother of Chelsea Cabo, who has been missing since 2016 of May. And while I'm here, I also stand in proxy for Ingrid Ramirez, whose daughter Cassandra Ramirez has been missing from the Bronx of New York since 9/18/18. However, on this day, I want to share the story of Marvin Gibbs on behalf of his sister Stacy, who lives in Texas and could not be present tonight. Marvin Gibbs would be 57 years old. His birthday was August 15th. He has been missing since 1986. I'm going to say that again. Marvin Gibbs has been missing since 1986. He has been missing for 38 years. His sister Stacy describes him as the ultimate older brother. Funny, fun to be around. He adored his mother and her as his little sister. They wrote stories, poetry, and sang together. Marvin had a vivid imagination and would tell the best stories of who he was and who he was outside of home. Because of who he was, rather, outside of home, he felt he needed to fit in. He had promise. He could have been anything that he wanted to be. Stacy considered Marvin to be a giver. He was taught to help people, and that's something that he often did as a loyalist. Stacy prays that Marvin Gibbs isn't forgotten again because he has been missing for so many years. For a long time, there has been no activity on his case. But Stacy has submitted a DNA request. The Gibbs matriarch went to heaven not knowing the whereabouts of her son's body. We know somewhere, someone knows something. It has been, once again, 38 years. We are asking and pleading with the public to say something or just say anything. If it was your family member, I'm sure you would want the same. The most human act of kindness for missing families is to use your voice. So please say something, say anything. Stacy even wanted us to know that she has children and she also has grandchildren that have gone decades without Marvin Gibbs. But she appreciates all the reliable resources. And in closing, Stacy would also like to thank law enforcement who has been active, Domingo and his wife, Hope Alive 845, and everyone who finds the cause of the missing and exploited worthy. And to the families of the missing, you're in the thoughts and prayers of Stacy and her family, and also from those Marvin Gibbs' extended family. And lastly, We just want you to remember and uphold the family in your prayers because they are dealing with a lot, as Marvin Gibbs has been missing since 1986 for 38 long years. And we are asking that this case remains open until it is solved. And this is a photo of Marvin Gibbs. I don't know how well you can see this, but this is his photo. Thank you.
Thank you, Girl Val, for Marvin Gibbs. Our next person that we're gonna call up is Tamika, about her sister, Janice Harris.
So
Tamika,
I didn't have anything prepared, and I didn't think
How do you
about.
feel? Yeah.
When you experience pain, it changes you. It forces you to evolve. I would have never thought that I would be living a Lifetime movie special. You know, with my sister going missing. A few points that have become one of my life's objectives is one, do not wait 24 hours to report someone missing. When you think something is wrong, 9 times out of 10, there is something wrong. Go with your gut and fight. Allow the pain to propel you. A lot of the time, I'm speaking for those who are missing. Yes, I am their voice, but to the families who are left behind. I know you feel that more often than not, you are not heard. These 3 organizations coming together and marching us into the future is what we need. And if we can all back them, Girl Val, 911, Missing 911, is that the organization? 911 Missing, and Hope Alive 845. We're here to be the voice for the voiceless. Because we hear the scream of the silent scream that no one else seems to hear. And those that are coming from the families. I miss my sister every day. I miss my sister every day. And if you know something and you keep your mouth shut, you're just as guilty as the ones who have done this. My prayer is that those who are seeking answers find them. Thank you.
That was Janice Harris' sister. I'd like to bring up Chelsea Colby's mom. She runs the 911 Missing.
Thank you. You said it all without knowing what you were going to say. It was amazing. Because you're right. The ones who do know, you're just as guilty for not saying something. How do you sleep at night? Because we don't. The pain, you're right. I say there's power in my pain. I'm here for my daughter, Chelsea Cobo, who's missing way too long. 5 years, 7 months, 4 days. That's 2,044 days of wonderment, stuck in ambiguous loss. But I'm also here to represent a group of people, and we're working on an app to revolutionize the missing. And I did write something because my thoughts get lost, so I'm going to read it. So missing people, let's face it, the statistics are just out of control. It just doesn't stop. Each of the hundreds and thousands of cases is a story of pain and suffering, true suffering. And I understand the pain. We all understand that pain. What happened to our loved ones? What happened to my daughter, my beautiful, sweet daughter? I have no control over those tragedies. None of us had control over the tragedies of our loved ones. However, by standing together, we can prevent the next one, the next tragedy, prevent the next one from going missing, from being murdered, from being raped, from being trafficked, from being assaulted. We can come together. Yes, there will always be devastating cases, but we can unite and decrease the odds immensely. I'm living with it. I will always be living with it. But I don't want you or anyone else to live with it. And if you think it's not going to happen to you, statistics, every 50 seconds someone's reported. Every 50 seconds reported. How about the ones that are not reported? So that's why I joined up with a team of other parents of missing children. And we are developing an app that will revolutionize how we look for the missing and how the missing are found. We can save loved ones. We can do this together as a team. So I'm asking you, if you're out there in social media, if you take a moment now or later, open up your phone, go to www.911missing.org, look at the webpage, see what the app is coming out. Sign up with the team. It's just your name and your email. Once the app is developed, we'll send it right out to you. Our teams have been working for over many, many years looking, and we know that the old way or the antiquated way of hiding a poster someplace isn't always going to give us the results we need. So we're trying to put power. There's power in our pain, and the instrument is in our hand. It's in a phone. It's in an app. So when you open up the app, you also are looking for support. Have it be volunteering, spreading the word, or any finances, because apps are quite expensive. And we are a 501(c)(3), C3, not-for-profit organization. Everything is a tax write-off. Again, every 50 seconds, someone goes missing. And our goal is to develop this app and get it in the hands, because on the average, 600,000 people are reported missing a year. So even if the people that came home, those families have experienced the pain, and they can have the app, and then we can help. We all keep saying, have somebody, you see something, say something. We're going to give you the opportunity to do that, to talk to a family, join the team. So what is this app going to really do? We have several features. I'm not going to get into all of them. You can look on the webpage again, but it has a panic button. When you hit the panic button, instead of waiting 24 hours, that will give you the option to notify everyone in your contacts, if you choose to, or have it just be selective people in your contacts, and share the important information where you think the loved one was last seen. You could hit a certain zip code or area code in the whole United States and send the alert to the people who want to be good Samaritans, who want to see something, to say something. They're not sure. It's right there in their hand. Because yes, a flyer is very important. But when you're sitting in a restaurant, you wonder, is that Shamika? Is that Chelsea? I don't know. Let me shoot a picture. Let me send it to that family. The law enforcement are bombarded with missing people. That's why they suggest to wait 24 hours, and it's a complete misunderstanding. You're never supposed to wait. Don't wait. But they need help in a way too. So this app will cause more boots on the ground and eyes all around for us to unite. It's a lot. It has a lot of features. It will go public. It will tell your law enforcement. It will get rid of into 911, social media, newspapers, newsrooms, families, relatives. And when you spread the alert, it will spread exponentially. So if you don't have the app once it's developed, and you get an alert, you can download the app and then join the search team and be a part of it. And I'd just like to also put in that another feature we're going to have on our app is we're going to ask for the surveillance cameras to be frozen. If and when that person goes missing, they freeze it within a 5-mile radius, so somebody will have the time to go and put it together to watch the person. We want to build a web, so to speak, so that people can't fall through anymore.
Yes.
It's enough. We can use technology. We could come together. Like you said, we drove over 100 miles. I would drive 1,000,000 miles, Chelsea, to find you. Because if you're out there, you know me. I am relentless. I will never give up looking for you because I love you. And you didn't grow. I'm not your birth mama, but I love you. And you didn't grow in my belly, but I love you with every beat of my heart. My love keeps growing for you, and I will never give up. But I also stand here for all the missing. I want something else to help us. And that's why we are developing this app. So please, please look it up. 911missing.org. Scroll through it. Give us your name. Give us your email. Let us join together. Donate if you can. If you can't, that's great. Spread the word. Just get the word out there. Let's get this app in everyone's hands. And let's stop the missing from missing. Thank you so much for having us up here.
Thank you, Danita.
Thank you, wife. Thank you for traveling.
Yes.
Thank everybody
Thank
for
you.
coming here. And thank you, God, for making us be the voice of the voiceless and putting a stop to this silent epidemic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'd like to welcome Mike Greco from Southern County.
All right, so just so you know, I'm in total awe of everybody who's here at this moment. I'm not worried about the camera. I'm looking at you. I'm in awe. I am the father of two interracial children, right? So when you talk about children going missing, right, and you're talking about how it's an epidemic in this country and has been for a very long time, right? We've seen people who have been missing for 30-something years, and those families aren't getting solutions. And that's heartbreaking for me, right? As a person who lives in a very small community, right? I live in Monticello. I live in a very small community where pretty much everybody knows me, right? So when someone goes missing, right, it's a good chance somebody knows where they are because I know everybody. If I know everybody, so does everybody else, right? So the simple fact is that if I can tell you a simple story. My daughter went missing for an hour, 1 hour. I could never imagine what it would be like for any longer than that. She just went to a friend's house, didn't call. And I was gone, lost my mind. So to think weeks, months, years, decades, I wouldn't be strong enough to stand here. I know that for a fact. There'd be no way I'd be strong enough to stand here with, as these people are. And these people are the ones that need help. And that's not from me, that's from all of us. If you have a child, at this moment, if you're watching this and you have a child, go hug your child. Trust me, as soon as I'm done here, I'm hugging that child. And holding them as close as I always do. And I'm gonna call my daughter who's in Houston. And I'm gonna call my son who's in North Carolina. I'm gonna call my other son who's in Kansas. They're all getting calls today. Because the heart that's here. And so I am standing here as a father. So if anyone else is here who's listening can say, hey, I have the ability to help these people. It's time as a community. It doesn't matter what community you're in, to help the people. Thank you.
Tonight we're joined by Girl Val. Thank you for coming. 911missing.org. Thank you for coming. She's dealing with it. We're here by Tamika Thomas. We thank Mike Greco for coming. We thank Sean Carty for coming. Kathy Rappaport for coming. Rebecca, the brother of
Girl Val.
Girl Val for coming. We have come together as a family to grow bigger, to help not only them, but everybody else too. We have from Mary Williams in Buffalo, New York, ages from 15 and under, 10 a week go missing. 10 a week. 18 and older, 20 a week go missing. That's a lot of people missing. It doesn't matter if they're runaways. It doesn't matter how old they are still somebody's child. We must start speaking up. Nobody goes missing without anybody knowing. That's just a fact. Nobody know. Somebody saw something. Sullivan County, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missing. It's a small county. Somebody knows something. New York City, big populated. Somebody knows something. Anybody's gonna see anything that happens. We have to come together as a family, as a community, and with these organizations and start making this right. Even with law enforcement, they have to start working as well with organizations that's willing to help them. That's what we have to do.
Willing, that's the part, willing.
Because if they don't work with us, they're not going to get nowhere. We're not going to get nowhere. So we must come together and start working together as one big family. It takes a lot of stress off the police departments. Yes, it might be more on us, but we're willing to do it more. Because we will go 24 hours if we have to. Thomas, would you like to say anything? I'd like to welcome Thomas, Janice Harris's father.
I just wanted to say thank you, 911 Missing, Girl Val. Mom, Kate, is my daughter, in case Shanice went missing in May of 2017. And like you, her sister and her mom and I, we have 7 kids together. We came together and it's created a huge family that loved, cared, support each other. And you know, we were a typical people living life, seeing, you know, missing people and feeling bad until that day that my daughter called us in Florida and told us that her sister, my daughter, is missing. And from that day, it has been nothing but a straight nightmare. And I'm going to say to the fathers who support their wives as they are going through, I understand the silent pain that we sit there feeling helpless because we cannot take away the pain that our family is going through. But we can. That is why we got involved in 845. That's why we support Domingo and everybody. And that's why we will fight the good fight. We will not give up. We will help those that cannot help themselves. And for those who are out there, you are all on notice right now. Our groups are coming and we are getting bigger and we are getting stronger. You may think that Jews have gotten away, but Jews have not. Oh, no. Hell hath no fury as an angry parent. You may think that you have, but you haven't. From this day forward, no, we will grow. We will put it out there for everybody. And for those who say you want to be a part of, don't say it if you do not mean it. Do not say that you want to be a part, that you want to help, and you are not here. Politicians, all you do is talk trash. You want our support. You want us to sit there and back you, but you can't come here for 30 minutes and just to support us. But you want us to stand here, out here, and put your name in our mouths. But you can't come and help us support our families, our missing. No more. We will not. I don't know about Girl Val, and I don't know about 911, but no.
No more.
845. No. If you're not going to stand with us, you stand against us. Understand, you stand against the people that you want to back you, and you can't back us. No more. Thank you, folks. Oops.
It's the truth. That's right, it's the truth.
So tonight, as we said, we have connected. Girl Val, 911 missing, Fallsburg, Monticello, New York City. They drove all the way up here.
Task force.
The task force, yes, which I will tell you right now.
National Task Force.
National
Wanna
Task
join
Force,
us?
which I would tell you right now, I am a part of that National Task Force. Our team is going to be a part of this National Task Force. This is when we all come together as a family and help everybody out. If we get somebody down there missing, we're calling them up.
Power in numbers.
We're calling them up. They get somebody up here, we're going to get called and we're coming at it. We're coming at it. But always remember, if you're watching, you're guilty if you know something. You're just as guilty as the next person is. There's too many missing people out here, and somebody knows something. It just doesn't disappear like that. So you're just as guilty as the other. So we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Friday's our podcast. We're going to have the mayor from Newburgh that's going to be on the podcast with us. So
Let me go 1 second.
Yes. Before we go, we're going to mention a few more missing people. Nicole Bracio, who was last seen in Florida, state of Florida, she is missing. Ifano, gentleman named Ifano is missing. It's on my webpage. He's missing. We have Don Juan Jackson, Casanova Jackson, who was missing since 2006, I believe.
Boarding the train today.
Emmanuel Yves Leroy is missing since October 28th, and there's a young lady missing as well too, right? Mr. Leroy is missing from New York City.
Boarding the train today.
Okay.
So it's everywhere.
Now I do want to bring out this young lady right here. She was spotted, as they say, in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Right.
In October? October
2017.
2017 in Poughkeepsie, New York. I know a lot of you on Facebook is watching because we have a lot of followers, and I know you're watching. This is Chelsea Michelle Cobo was spotted over in Poughkeepsie, New York, and it was written by a guy in the paper, wasn't it? Robin Welber he's the one that written that story up, but nobody called this mom up about it after she'd been missing for so long.
And the lead was deleted.
And the post was deleted. So that's not good. Shanice Harris, we've been waiting on you guys for her. We try to contact you all. You don't call us back on her. You got to call us back. You need to start getting on a program with us.
And stop ripping down her flyers.
And stop taking down her flyers that we're putting up because somebody's taking down those flyers that we put up, especially on Evergreen. We know. Elena De La Cruz, she's an older lady. She walked out of her apartment to go to a store, and she left everything at her home. Everything. Her daughter is a police officer now. Her daughter's husband is a military. Thank you for your service if you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
She walked out of the store to go to the store and never came back. There's something wrong with that. She left everything home, her ID, everything home. Rochelle Hammond, Mascombe. She walked out of her mom's house, Cheryl, who's a very big supporter of Hope Alive. She walked out, never came back. Omar St. Hill, Hempstead, New York. He was out with friends, never came back. Brianna Vibert, a beautiful young lady right there, was walking from the mobile gas station in Flint, Michigan, never came back. We have Janice Cortese is 16 years old, who went missing in Coney Island, Brooklyn, New York, in Luna Park. She's only 16 years old. We have Jocelyn Cruz, She's only 14 years old, and she's missing. We have Cassandra Ramirez. Cassandra in the Bronx. In the Bronx, am I right?
Yes.
The Bronx.
Since 2018.
The Bronx, New York.
Since 2018.
In 2018, she's a young girl. She went missing, a young girl. She has a baby, am I correct?
Yes, she has a son.
She has a son, 25 years old, and she's gone. Marvin Gibbs, since 1985, he was walking from Fallsburg to Liberty. He just up and disappeared. He's gone. Joseph Helm, you can't see it, but it's on the board up there. 1987, Elmville, New York. Bunch of people hang out on the mountains. He walked away and he's gone, but none of their friends know anything. It's disgusting. It's sickening. Daniel Mayfield, who just went missing on November 30th, 2021 in Liberty, New York. He was last seen over at the food pantry in Liberty, and he's gone. Nobody knows where he's at. We are working with Liberty PD on that one. We thank Liberty PD for working with us on that one. Absolutely, because they came here to my office, and then we sat here, we talked about the whole thing. I give them a lot of respect because they stepped their game up, and they're with us as well.
They're definitely supportive.
Yes, they're very supportive. And I give a big shout out to Detective Lowe. I give a big shout out to him because he's very helpful with us right now. Every PD should be that way. Just to give you a hint. Everybody should be that way. Stephen Kraft, 428, 2020. His car was found in Newburgh, New York on 1st Street with multiple tickets on his car. Multiple tickets by a PD. But he's missing. Why would you put multiple tickets on your car? If the third one should have been, well, wait, something's wrong here. Missing. We have so many up here. I mean, they're growing.
It's unbelievable.
They're growing.
Those are the ones that we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not the ones that
They're
we're not
growing.
talking
So,
about.
Yeah,
I think
Right?
exactly.
we need to start breaking this down. I think, to me, they're not politicians. They're human beings. Mike Greco, Sean Carty, Kathy Rapport. They're human beings. They came out here. They support us. We thank them so much for being out here with us. They're not talking about, hey, vote for me. No, they're not. They're here for the people.
They're here standing with us.
And this is what it's all about. We all should come together. Any other official out there who I contacted, you said you were coming, you didn't show up. That means you're against us. We're going to end this night with a thank you for everybody tonight. Everybody, you want to say something?
Yeah, one more thing for you.
I wanted to say one thing. Speaking of coming together, I approached the FBI on my app, and they actually approached me on their app. There's an app that you could get at the App Store. Don't confuse them. They're two different apps. But this app is to have families ready. So if and when your kid goes missing and you're in a complete panic breakdown, as they put it here, as if you're in the mall, your phone could be uploaded with all the information to give to the police immediately. Doesn't that scare you that they have this app out there already? And how many people, most people don't know about it, but that's okay. We're changing that because we're working together. See, I'm helping represent their app too. It's not my app against their app or their app against my app. It's our apps that are gonna work together.
Yes.
And my app, our app that if everybody joins, evens the playing field. It doesn't matter if you're a day old or 100 years old. Whatever race you are, we don't care. It's one race, the human race, and we will look for you. And that's what I wanted to say. So there's lots of stuff. We all have to band together because there's power in number. And now we're finally coming together. And like you said, we're coming. God's coming too.
Amen.
I don't want to mess with her. She's getting me ready.
Right.
But thank you, everybody, and we will see you Friday evening at 8 o'clock. And Ron, did you want to say something?
I'm going to talk Friday.
There you go. Ryan Weber will be on Friday night. You got to hear him. This is going to be interesting Friday night. Trust me. Tamika, one more thing.
Yeah, one more thing. I just want to, this song has been going on through my heart. I'm going to sing a acapella, just as a brief
Oh,
moment.
thank you.
Just a brief.
Well, why don't you come up to the
brief
front?
snippet.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna, but it won't leave me alone. And that's usually when God's like, okay. It's just gonna be a short. Though I'm missing you, Although I'll find a way to get through. Oh, living without you, 'cause you are my sister, my strength and my pride. Maybe I don't know why, but I will find you, yes. I'm gonna write a rendition on this song, and I'm gonna put it out. And it's gonna be something that's no one's ever seen. And my prayer is that those who are suffering right now, those who are missing someone, that you find the strength within you to go on and to fight for those that you love. I know it might be sloppy, it might be a sloppy acapella, but you know what? I don't care. I don't care. It's for my sister, and it's for those who are missing someone.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Wow.